Let's go to John in Orlando. John, you're on News 96.5. Go ahead.
Hello. I work for a company, and I found a large amount of money just lying on the ground in an employee area.
All right.
It's the company's policy to donate these unclaimed funds if they're unclaimed.
All right.
And I'm wondering if that goes unclaimed, if I'm entitled to it.
Yeah, John, I think that's a great legal question and potentially a great moral question as well. And so, first of all, let's change it up here a minute. Let's say that you'd been out in the public area of the store and you'd found that money. Okay, then it would make sense that it belongs to the store and they try and return it to the owner, but otherwise donate it to a charity. So the only difference is that you found it in a non-public place. You found it in an employee's lounge area. And I'm not sure that changes the circumstances enough to have you allowed to make a claim on it. At the end of the day, John, you found it on their piece of property and you found it while you were under their payroll. And that's kind of my thoughts about it, John.
Well, I've done a little bit of research, and from what I understand, typically the company is entitled to that. However, from my understanding, since I was not performing my job duties, and actually I was on my lunch break, when I found this.
Okay.
Does that make any difference?
Well, it depends. Are you paid during your lunch break or not paid during your lunch break?
I am not paid.
Okay. All right. So, John, how much money are we talking about?
It was about $1,500.
All right. So, John, I think you could make a legal argument. Maybe it belongs to you. You were not on the payroll at the moment that you found it, but hey, still, you found it on their property, John. But I think push comes to shove, John. They might say, okay, John, if that's your position, bye-bye. Go find yourself another job.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
All right, John. I'm sorry to give you that news, but that's kind of my first thought about it. What do you think, Chrissy?
Well, I would say this, Tom, that he should check with his HR department.
Okay.
Because the HR department, if he is not aware of it already, they may have a policy in writing about how they deal with these things.
Yeah.
And I think in addition to what you suggested, as that could be one option, another option is certain companies that I am familiar with, they actually have it in writing, and sometimes they, in these particular companies, they actually say that if the money turned in by the employee, whether they were on their time or the company time, they give it a period of time, 60 days.
Yeah.
After that time, then they actually turn it to the employee who found it.
So all I can think about is the Andy Griffith show. One time when little Opie found some money by the train track, right? He was all excited and gave it to his dad, the sheriff, Paul, right? And the sheriff said, hey, we got to do the right thing. We're going to hold on to it for 30 days. And if nobody comes and claims it, Opie, it belongs to you. Well, guess what? On day number 30, somebody shows up looking for the money. Mm-hmm. And Opie was really disappointed. You remember that show, Kirk? I'm trying to I'm trying to figure out how Andy handled that at the end of the day. I think Andy might have pulled $50 out of his own pocket, right? Gave it to Opie. And did Opie know that Andy did that for him? All right. That's Andy just doing the right thing.
Yes.
Oh, very nice. Okay.